guys, welcome to Power Hour, and my name is Josh Richter. I'm right now here today with Vince and Jen. How you doing today, guys?
Very good.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. So today we're going to be going over in lieu of the Oscars happening, just happened rather, some of our favorite films, TV shows, and I guess its influence on us. So I guess Jen, why don't you lead us off? What's some of your favorite films?
My favorite films, like lately or in general?
In general, I guess, like ones that maybe influenced you.
Well, one of the films that actually just came out not too long ago, Unbroken, that was like produced by Angelina Jolie. That film influenced me a lot in a lot of ways because I don't know if did you see it?
I didn't get a chance. I'm sure it was great.
It's such a good film. It's such a good film because it just shows. Well, I'm not gonna get too into detail with it, but basically, it was a soldier, and they got lost at sea. Like they got, I think they got like thrown off an airplane or something. But yeah, they were stuck in the in the ocean,
Okay.
and like just floating. It was 3 men, and they were for 40 days or something.
Oh, wow.
And then they were caught by the Asians, which were the enemy. That's
Right.
who they were going at war with at the time. And yeah, and then they were tortured, and it was based on a true story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the survivors were it was during the Korean War, I believe, or Vietnam. I'm not
It
sure.
definitely sounds awesome.
Yeah, and they survived, and it was just so inspiring.
So what did influence you?
Because it made me appreciate the little things like water.
A lot of people take it
it's
for granted, for sure.
No, seriously, because they got so dried up, and they were on the edge of dying, and they just kept going,
Yeah,
even
for sure.
though they didn't have water or food for so long.
Yeah. Vince,
We
what-
take those little things
Oh, for sure.
for granted.
Vince, what about you?
Well, last year my favorite film was Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was excellent.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
Oh, really?
Go
Yeah.
for it. Go do it.
With
When we're done.
you should. With Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, and Chris Pratt, I just love the set production, how the animation, the graphics came out very good of how Marvel created it, and it
Yeah.
was, and with the my favorite line was I am Groot.
I think that line itself made the movie. That line alone made merchandise, for that matter. But I'd say Groot socks.
And the part of I think it was Phantos, the villain in the movie.
Thanos, yeah.
He's going to be mentioned in the Avengers: Age
Yep.
of Ultron.
And then one cool thing I think with that is some movies that they'll make so much money and have such an impact that they'll have different sequels. And I know Guardians of the Galaxy actually just got approved for a sequel. Marvel announced a few months ago.
I think 2016 or 2017.
Something like that, yeah. For me, one of my favorite movies for influence would probably actually be Fiddler on the Roof, just for the fact of the historical significance, similar to Unbroken, considering it told about the strife that some of the Jews went through at that time.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah,
For
that
sure.
was a good movie.
Yeah. I really liked it, but I feel like that's only really one genre. What about TV? What are you watching?
Lately, The Walking Dead, of course, every Sunday. I don't miss it. Yeah, and I really like that show because I feel like the way they focus on their surviving and how they stay together, their unity is what people should learn from looking at the show, because it's not only about the zombies and the end of the world, whatever, but how they stick together no matter what, and they're family, and they become family throughout the season.
Right.
And even though they've lost so many people, they still keep going at it, and they don't give up, and that's what I mostly like about the show.
I like that as an underlying message.
They think together, they're okay, so what do you think? you know, they try to make a decision as a whole and like.
Well, if they didn't, then they
Yeah.
would be zombie food.
And I think that's like the most important thing that people should learn.
Oh, absolutely. Vince, what about you?
I'm like debating between two because actually three. I'm right now watching Gotham on Fox with
Okay.
about the Batman series
You saw the
That's
latest
awesome.
episode,
I love
I'm sure.
Batman.
and how young Jim Rover and how they create the young's villains and the young heroes coming together. And also right now, also watching The Blacklist with James Spader.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And next Monday, I'm going to be very excited to watch The Following, season 3. It's about a serial killer, about Joe Carroll that
I
gets
heard
out of
about
prison.
that.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
And Kevin Bacon is the main actor. He's the FBI. And Mike Weston played in, he was Iceman in X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So so if you like mysteries and serial killers, how it all came upon.
I
a
think it's
good
pretty
show.
interesting, like just in the nature of like say Walking Dead, shows like Gotham, the fact that culturally like what the TV shows are now compared to like say what they were even 5-10 years ago, and it's interesting that you can't. What show would you think hasn't had an influence? Like if you could say one show that says, you know what, I can watch that over and over.
Any show?
Go for it. Like you literally see it on
over and
TV,
over?
you'll not hesitate to tune to it.
One is a Full House. I don't care, like if it's at midnight.
Is it John Stamos?
Anytime I see
Yeah.
Full House, and they've like lately they've like thrown it off the like I haven't seen it on TV at all.
Yeah, I know it was on Nick
Only
at
the
Night
French-
a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
But the French Prince is on a lot, and
Yeah, Will
like
Smith.
shows like the Cosby Show and Full House. Definitely Full House. It's like I grew up watching that show.
oh, for sure.
So
I feel like, for example,
love
those
it.
two shows, they spawned two actors in Jeff Daniels on Full House.
yeah.
Will Smith, obviously, both of them came a long way from those shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Vince, what's one show you'll always tune into?
One show that I'll always tune into is either Hey Arnold or Drake and Josh because it
You're
brings
a 90s kid.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon 90s at least.
Yeah, but mainly Drake and Josh because I like the comedics between the two brothers, the two stepbrothers.
Oh, for
and
sure.
It leads like a good family outcast now in the 21st century where we have like a nice family and a nice set. And you have like
Well,
work jobs.
what I don't like personally about that show is that, yeah, what I don't really like, because I was watching it the other day actually with my boyfriend, and I've noticed that, you know, they always try to like, I actually do like, I do like that, you know, Drake being like the more popular one and like the one good with the ladies is always, because he has that attitude, his plans and stuff always goes bad, and he always looks
Right.
to Josh, you know,
And
for
Josh
help
being the
and like,
goofy kid.
you know, and like they see him like being more bullied and stuff, and like, and I really like how it's like, okay, yeah, you know, Josh is still like, even though he's not the coolest or you know, he's you know.
Look at him now and what he
he's-
looks like. Josh Peck looks like
yeah.
now. He wouldn't be
Well, I
billowing,
see him
I'm
on
sure.
Vine a lot. He's always on Vine, like that. Oh, what's
The-
his name?
Josh Peck.
Yeah.
One
The
cool thing
coolness.
I think is the fact of how social media is now influencing TV. Like now, the show is not necessarily about ratings per se; it's more about getting it trending. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely something culturally. Do you guys have Instagram, social media, things like that?
I don't have
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, nothing. I try to stay off of that. I think it's like now social media has become like really. It makes you depressing a little bit.
It can be,
It can.
but
If you don't use,
especially-
most people don't use it in a positive way.
Especially girls of how they now with Facebook posting porny pictures and corny pictures of themselves and showing their privacy. It's just not right.
true. But I feel like in terms of the entertainment industry, it definitely has its place. Like I remember I
Yeah.
was watching an episode of The Newsroom, and one of the episodes is how they had a struggle within the network to put a Twitter feed on the bottom. So I feel like it's definitely a spot that's probably taking precedence and will be continue to take precedence for sure. It's it's going to be interesting as TV starts to evolve, I think. So with that, I feel like we need to continue to focus on TV shows that matter and bring substance, or in films that bring substance for that matter. Because I feel like when we look back in, say, 5 years at what shows and films matter now, it's going to be telling of culture. But at least for today, my name is Joshua Richter. And again, I'm here with Jenna and Vince. This is a POW Hour, and I really thank you guys for watching.